minded youth. We understand what it can do. It empowers them. It makes them think, the politicians are with me. I can do this and that and that. We had another example. When there was an election and there were demonstrations in Salisbury, there were comments made by individuals. We're just waiting, we're armed, we're just waiting for the police to tell us come and assist them. Now the police is getting the RSS. But during the election, it appeared that some of these youth people in Bafa State area were ready to go and assist the police in a nefarious, illegal kind of a way, which constituted a threat in the minds of people. So, Matt, they're blowing hot and cold. Now they have the RSS. But what is the RSS really going to do? Is the RSS there just to kick down doors? If an RSS member is involved in a court case, will they have to bring him from another island to stand witness to be in the court? Or is the RSS just there to kill? What exactly? Mr. Skerritt doesn't talk about that part at all. Because I have been on places where the RSS was in Dominica, and I heard many statements that, okay, St. Kitts cannot be involved because there's no legislation. Grenada must not be involved because we haven't passed the legislation. Matt, what is the legislation governing the RSS exactly? We need a lawyer to investigate that. I don't know if Mr. Sikiri would give us his services and try to enlighten us on that. But there's a lot of immature stuff legally that is going on. Because when this thing occurred, that's Tropical Storm Erica, they were patrolling Petite Savanne, and I was there. I was there in a certain capacity. And there were these instructions coming from the police. Don't let this island participate. They cannot do security how they want, because there came a situation where the police had to chase some people. And it was actually, technically, they found out illegal for certain islands to be participating in that because of certain legislations that may not have been passed. That is the question I'm asking, man. That needs to be clarified. Is it legal, all what they intend the RSS to come here and do? No.
All right, thank you very much. Again, just to review, in October 1992, 4 member states of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, signed a memorandum of understanding with Barbados to provide mutual assistance on request. St. Kitts and Nevis joined after gaining independence in September 1983 and Grenada in January 1985. The MOU was updated in 1992 and the RSS acquired judicial status in March 1996 by the way of the treaty which was signed in St. George's, Grenada. So, yes, the RSS is in Dominica, according to the Prime Minister, and is here to support the police in eradicating the presence of illegal firearms, as we learned. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there, yes?
Mark.
Yes, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
Good morning to Dominica. I'm good.
Okay, good.
But you didn't need the RSS at this time, right?
Yeah, we're asking the question whether they are needed in Dominica, and of course, that's all people. Some people say yes, some people say no.
But I want to answer that in 2 different ways.
Okay, go ahead.
But 1, I believe they are needed. 2, I want you, Matt.
I'm here.
Using our little brain we have.
Yes, I'm here.
What crisis we have in Dominica where the police has met resistance trying to deal with the arms on the ground? That was too much for the Dominica police to handle, Matt. But have we known of anywhere the police went
and got resistance? No.
That any police force in the Caribbean would not be able to deal with?
No.
And that is only no. None of the police officers, not the chief, none of them can tell us they went anywhere and met resistance, men fire at the police or stand up to the police, or the villagers were in support of the criminals more than the police. Matt, we don't see that in Dominica, yes or no?
No.
And on that note, can we say that the commissioner, as well as the Minister of National Security, supported by the Prime Minister, is saying to Dominica, or to the people, or to the world, that we do not have confidence in our police. But in the days of George and them, Butch and them, we had less police. Maybe just about 300 police officers. Now we have 600 police officers, Matt. Clearly they're saying something to us that we don't understand. They have not approached any village in the country and make resistance. The guys doing their things, killing one another, attacking people and doing their rubbish. Look, they're fighting for turf. The police must show their mettle. You have a commissioner of police harassing people in Roseau every day. Troubling these little farmers that are trying to make $1. Preventing people from parking. Giving one set of people a whole heap of parking. And the average Dominicans cannot get parking. Is that the job of the police commissioner? Is it not to fight crime?
Yeah, true.
Matt, on that note, while I welcome the RSF because I want to see the guns off the street, but it clearly shows that we have a failed police force. But totally failed police force, Matt. Now, do you agree or you don't agree?
I agree.
Because nothing has happened in the country. Nobody has given the police resistance. Dominica is basically a police state. We have police officers, we know them, you know. We have young Maxime, we have Benoit, we have Gachette, we have a number of gens. We have a number of police officers. I have to name, I won't be able to stop. That have mettle to stand up to criminals. Have we tested that? No. We're making a big show. They know RSS coming. They were given instructions already. They know what they have to hide, what they don't have to hide. It's a big show they're making. Dominica have enough policemen.
But do you think that they should have brought in, I think Mr. George made that point earlier, do you think that they should have brought in the RSS as it relates to the and gave the element of surprise, so you don't have to know they were there, but provide that element of surprise?
Well, but Matt, you could provide the element of surprise with Dominica police too. If the police force don't have a bunch of criminals that leaking out and selling out, then they should be able to just ambush the villages. If they know where the guns are, it's round up police officers from all police stations.
So you're saying basically the issue, and I've said it earlier, I said it yesterday, the issue is one of trust.
The issue is one of trust and incompetence, Matt. We have a weak police force, Matt. We have a police force that is controlled by politicians, and we know that politicians do not hurt their own. And as a result, Matt, we have selective prosecution, selective investigation in every way, shape or form. Matt, RSS for Salisbury, RSS has left a bad impression. However, if there is a crisis in Dominica, we welcome them, and I welcome them today. But I'm saying, since they're there already, have no choice but to welcome them because they're there already. However, what is the crisis in Dominica? A few little boys that playing bad all over the place. Pick them up, wrap them up. If you search them every day because you know they're doing what they're doing their crime, you keep them busy. But you know what? People like you and I, they'll harass us. You know? I'm saying that the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police, because Roosevelt Skerrit said he was advised by the Commissioner of Police and the National Security Minister.
Mm-hmm.
They are proven themselves to be incompetent. You have 600 men, a few little boys. We have no gang in Dominica. We have no real gang, set up gang. Nothing. You have a 10, 15 boys doing their rubbish. As far as the police, they have to run when they see proper police. If you bring toy cardboard police officers, they'll play their bad and shout. I'm telling you, boss, we traveling on a slippery road. When RSF leave, we still have to deal with the criminals again. Because guns will keep coming, Matt. So we need a proper police force where the men are dealt with and kept happy. In other words, Don't victimize them. Don't go selecting and promoting yours. A few jackasses that cannot even write a statement who get promoted while the people are doing the work. Fellas that do the work that there for many, many years. You're bypassing them. My good friend fought criminals in St. Joe, all around Dominica Portsmouth. I remember hearing the former commissioner of police saying that one know how to do his work, but yet still he died and he was a constable of police. He was a fearless man. He trained people like people like Jago, them, JJ, them, all of them, whether they like to hear it or not. And that man stayed in the police force for 30-something years as a constable. And if you ask most of them young police officers around his time, they'll tell you that was one of the men that teach them policing. So the police force have a reputation of victimizing and destroying the people who have capacity. And that is the result of when you have people like Blackmore as a Minister of National Security, responsible for victimizing, and keeping down people they believe that not supporting them politically. My view is police officers should not really be in open politics, and I fully agree with that. But you see it every day. You had Mills as a police officer calling radio every day, and he was being treated as a king. I want to say again, Matt, while your friend Reverend Blackmore think I saw him personally view, I believe Reverend Blackmore has a lot of competence. You saw Reverend Blackmore deal with his constituency, and I rate him as one of the best PAL rep. And I mean it. I told you that several times, yes or no, Matt?
That's true. You said
I
that.
rate him as a guy that holds Ministry of Communication. I have my own reservations, which I wouldn't make comment about, because I don't want to be sued. However, I believe Reverend Blackmore has the competence to run a ministry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However, Ministry of National Security is the worst one for him. And he has failed it because he feels like he was a police. And he wants to micromanage. He wants to have his hand in every damn thing in the police force. And that is the reason why the Ministry of National Security continues to fail. Because he could be somewhere else, working competently. We know Reverend is a buster fella that wants to do well. He wants to do well. But he cannot handle Ministry of National Security. Because they tell you sometimes a doctor is not the best person to be in the Ministry of Health.
That's true.
As such, Reverend Blackmore cannot fight crime in Dominica. I do not believe Corbett has proven.
So you think Mr. Blackmore needs help?
In terms of that?
Saying you think Mr. Blackmore needs help with the security ministry?
But of course, he cannot handle it. He needs to be taken out of there. Matt, I have nothing to lose, I walk the street and I walk the street solidly, You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy that I don't trouble people. People don't trouble me. The most I'll go to a police force is if people go in my place and try to keep something of my melanin or something. I don't disrespect police. I meet police in situations. I stand up with them. I prevent people from attacking police several times. You can go and ask all these young police officers. Anywhere they're in a situation like, I will stand up. I don't need them. I don't need them in any way. But I'm telling you that we need to have police officers in the country. We need to have a serious police force. We need to have a well-respected police force by the civilians. Because when civilians don't respect police and we support that, we coming for chaos down the road. Why is it Roosevelt Skerritt cannot put his hand in the police in terms of changing the Minister of National Security, ensuring that things are done in the right way? Otherwise, every time you victimize police officers, they'll just be there eating state money. They're just eating state money. You transferring people as a punishment. How do you, as a commissioner of police, because of a situation with somebody, you're not happy with somebody, you're threatening to transfer them? Or you transferring them because you're not happy with them? That is bullshit. It means you're not using the resources of the police force correctly. And that is why the police force cannot go nowhere. The people you have that genuinely want to be a police officer, genuinely wanted to spend time in the police force, they're running every day. After we spend money training them, after you have the gun, is that our Matt,
I'm here.
RSS is going to change Dominica. They may pull out a few guns, and again, the criminals know they're there already. RSS was to come there, like a 5 in the night, operations happening, and they're not supposed to be driving around running, man. Because people will see them, and they should decline the place of guns. What Dominica is admittedly saying that they cannot do. They are admitting by bringing RSF and by the Commissioner of Police into Roosevelt Skerrit, which is what I repeated what Roosevelt Skerrit said on the
Advice.
press conference,
Advice.
on the live press conference,
Yes.
that the Commissioner of Police asked him to bring in RSF. What is happening in Dominica? Not to see anything on the ground that will require RSF. If our police officers were well trained,
There's no crisis. There's no crisis.
there's no crisis. Shame on all you. Lazy police force.
All right, Mr. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can tell Mr. Hillary has a passion for this situation in Dominica. Making some valid points. I'm gonna recommend Hillary, and I hope they're listening. They transfer you from the Electoral Commission to the PSS, the Police Service Commission. That'd be a recommendation. I don't think they would take my advice. Hello, talk to me, but you'd be in a good position. You seem to understand policing. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes. How are you? How are you?
You guys are Basta.
Yes, sir.
I made a recommendation to the police force, because you cannot be a pastor or priest and try to fight crime, because there will be instances where you have to shoot. And in the police force, I know many criminals in the police force that can do a good job, and we don't need RSS. All the guys have to do, brother, is to think like the criminals. Mask up themselves, have a group, and then just invade where they have to invade. Yes. Go with a vehicle that have no number plate, no government number. Yes, and ransack where they have to ransack. Because they know all the places where the guns are. They know it. They know it. They know it. You understand it? So why the hell do we have to bring RSS in Dominica? You're telling me the police so incompetent that they had to bring RSS? My brother, from a group, it is
Again, the signal that is sending there. I'll just give you a situation there, and everybody's pointing to it, but maybe afraid of saying it. The police acted some weeks ago. I was not in Dominica, and I saw them remove a bench, a red bench, in some area that they suspect, some drug dealings may be taking place. But as soon as they removed the bench, it was brought back. So what signal are you sending? I suspect that a number of police became, disoriented after they witnessed that. What signal are we sending? Yes? Caller?
What?
Yes.
I am there. Let me tell you something. There used to be a time, brother, I was a very lawless guy. All right? Not more matter, was a very lawless guy. I dealt with many guns before. You understand? And I lived in life until I decided to change. Yeah, but there becoming a time when you have to say enough is enough, my brother.
And you're basically asking the young men to give up the guns, this gun thing that's going on.
Give up the gun, because at the end of the day, brother, the police have a job to do. Because somebody enter your house, all right, and burglarize your house. At the end of the day, who you call? An accident, a terrible accident, who you call? We need the police. The police are needed in Dominica and anywhere else, right? But we have to respect the police, and the police have to do their things and stop when you see we give the police information and to leak out the information because you're putting the civilians at risk, and that is what they have to stop. And I applaud somebody that say that when they come in, they call in today for an operation, and they have to put all their cell phones, so they cannot liaise with their criminal friends and tell them to we come in.
Leave all the cell phones behind.
Yes, leave all the cell phones behind because well, I know plenty instances where police leaking out operations, and then at the end of the day they are not successful because it was leaked out by a police officer. Yeah.
All right, caller, thank you very much. I totally agree with Hillary. I'm saying the same thing. What is wrong with our police officers? Matt, they know where all the guns are. They know who have the guns. Matt, you see, I have been saying this for a very long time. Ray Blackmore, I love Hillary, man of my own heart. 449-3095, 9697. More telephone calls in 929 in the morning. Let's take a call and then we'll take a break and come back. Elias? Yes.
Matt, morning.
Morning's here.
Matt, I agree with Mr. Hillary 100% and more. Mr. Skerrit, listen to what Hillary has to say. Let him be your advisor for the security of our Dominica, our sweet Dominica. Mr. Hillary, no matter what, he has given all the groundings, all what we want, those in authority, listen to him, and from there we'll have a safe Dominica. Thank you.
Thank you very much, 449. We're going to take a quick break, Dominique. We'll come back for more of your phone calls. This is the Hot Seat. Stick around.
KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good. Cause I'm on my way.
Creole Cruise Party is set to set sail at sunset to secret exclusive destinations under the canopy of a lovely, lively, vibrant, colorful celebration with non-stop entertainment by for Serenade Combo, King Dice, Reigning Calypso Mona, Joy, Dread and the Bear. Music by DJ Shield. 6 p.m. and the journey departs the Bayfront in Roseau. It's smooth sailing along the city of independent Dominica. Come enjoy a deserving night of highly anticipated good fun, friends and frolic. Thursday, October 23rd, all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Secure your tickets now for this extraordinary cruise journey along the coast of Dominica. Only $280 or $80 all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Get your tickets at Island Event Tickets/tickets Creole Cruise Party, a Bullseye Pharmacy, or call 235-6888. Thursday, October 23rd. Big prizes and surprises. Everyone from the diaspora will be there.
Home Event 2025, happening now at Court stores nationwide. It's the perfect time to refresh your home with deals you can't resist. Get up to 40% off mattresses, plus a free gift with mattress purchases $1,199 and over. 20% off appliances and TVs, plus a free recliner with select furniture purchases. Shop today with Court's Ready Finance. More. Don't miss the Court's Home Events 2025. Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends September 24th, 2025. Conditions apply.
Flow's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch through feel your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
All right, Dominica, somebody says, later down the road, we will get to know the hidden reason for RSS being here. Just a matter of time. The Commissioner of Police does not have the support of the officers because of what happened at the Zone Rouge. Additionally, and of course, spoke to a number of officers who said, it almost seemed like a disrespect what happened there. Allowing officers to bring back a bench that was taken out there by the police themselves. Additionally, there is a lack of trust among the officers because of their affiliations with the very drug dealers. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes, talk to me.
Matt,
Yes,
this is the same guy that called like a while ago, Bernard Morrow.
heard. Yes,
Master.
I heard you.
Why I'm saying all of that? I'm a victim of 5 searches from police officers. 5 searches. You
Because
understand? Because they knew who I was and what I was capable of doing. You understand it? But the police living in your community together with you, they're supposed to know that who that make that change and who that put down their guns, but they still continue to harass you while they know you haven't got shit. You understand? But bro, they should the police hierarchy, correct and otherwise, when the police that going on a mission should not know about it not even a day in advance. They have to be called in and the same day and to be on that operation on the same day. All right, and they should intercept. No, they should block the telephones. Yes, like for instance, they're supposed to put a system on the telephone that anytime you call somebody, that your superior would get the calls, so that by knowing that will avoid them calling their criminal friends and to alert them that the police coming. Police is coming. And brother, I said I will reiterate again that the police force in Dominica, need a gang, a real gang. You understand? From the police force, a real criminally minded. Yeah, mask up on yourself, change out the number plate, and do what you have to do. Yeah. So then in that case, nobody can say, Mr. Corbett do it, Valerie did it, James did it. Yeah.
I remember there was a squad in the police force many years ago. Remember when we had Mad Squad? You remember when we had Mad Squad? There was a squad within the police force that went out and killed that situation. So there are officers who may be capable inside, but is there too much political interference? That's the question. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes.
Hey, Matt, what's up?
How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
You actually know the answer to what you just said there, because you said during the days of Matt Squad, look what used to happen. And then the police are still capable. Are the police still capable? Matt, the problem is the political interference. And you always say, oh, I think that's the politics. Matt, for this lunatic, narcissistic demon, it don't have those things there. Because what you see in there is what you're getting. It doesn't change. That weapon not going to change its spot. I personally think that the RSS was lied to be here. And I'm convinced because the individual or the character you're dealing with personally will lie his way to anything. The results that these people looking for is all what's going on. I mean, we can see what's happening. We hear about all these things about re-registering, you hear anything about census and pooling, and all of a sudden RSS are wrong. Yes, we have the gun issue. But really and truly, are we going to see the RSS doing a wipeout across the board of even somebody made a point about the link up with the guns and the drugs this morning. I don't remember who it was because I'm just walking up the steps. And you mentioned the zone situation where it seems like the police might be in some kind of fracas about that. Not the commissioner of police and whoever in the hierarchy of the police. The zone, which area, is that a legitimate business area? Question to you.
I can't tell you. I don't know.
You can't tell me you don't know. You should know that. You're a journalist. That is something you should know.
No, but I can't tell you. I've never seen in any interaction. I've heard about it. Can I say categorically? No, I can't.
No, I'm telling you, is it a legitimate business area? Is it yes or no?
Yes, it is.
It's a legitimate business area. Okay, cool, nice. So my point is now, Benches were removed there by the police for whatever reason to curb, because everybody coming into town seeing what's happening there. Now, the police come and remove the benches, and the benches also back the next day, even like almost like you had new benches prepared somewhere ready, and the next day they were there.
As a matter of fact, I was asked, they were asked to repair the benches.
No, it's everything. My brother, it happened in less than 24 hours. So that tells you that there's something sinister going on. There is, I don't know, something further than what meets the eye. And then you see the police just take a hands-off approach. When that bench was, they were breaking up that bench in that area. You saw any police going and search anybody there? So you see fellas there with their sack push and their side bag and everything and just watching the police with the benches come back. Almost like they didn't give two hoots because they knew exactly what was going on.
Here's my intelligence on the matter. I was told that the benches were brought up to the Monbruce area and they asked the police to return the benches, but the police refused. And I think some gang, if you will, some guys from that area was sent to get the benches at Monbruce. So that's my intelligence, yeah? The police refused to bring back the benches.
So my point is now, that happening, now you have all this the hierarchy of the police department. So they know what's going on there. You want to clip something. Now you've been in the RSS. So I'm going to go a little further. Are we going to see now eradication of all these blocks and all these drug zones? The RSS is going to get rid of it and nobody can come and bring back no bench after the RSS take it?
Good question.
No, I'm telling you, because it is not going that far. What we think that is going on with RSS is not that at all, because it has to take into consideration that we have too many areas selling drugs and it's almost like it's business as usual and it's destroying our young people. So it cannot be a haphazard kind of approach. It has to be a full approach. You're dealing with crime, you're dealing with drugs and crime because they go hand in hand. You can't just get guns, guns cost money, So if you're selling drugs and you're buying guns and you have a trade going on there within drugs and guns, it has to be taken from that perspective. My brother, it's still free. I watched it yesterday. I took a walk in a particular area yesterday, and I remember that clearly. After some House of Assembly thing when Nimcom Poop Blackmore said he was going after the drug dealers. You saw anything to the eradication of drugs? That I told you on your radio station that he was just looking for song bites and to make news. We never see any eradication of these drug areas. As a matter of fact, he lives at Bobois. That's the road he passed in, and he's seen all the drug activity. You see young guys in Roseau when they beg by all the supermarkets for their money. You see where they run into to buy the drugs. So you don't have no big intelligence on the ground, Any little boy going to school, any child going to school know where these zones are because you see it is going down right in your face. The police is doing nothing about it because what? The political directorate. You hear this lady say that she don't need the police because she have her zone use gang behind her.
Yes.
The wife of the Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, we're sitting there, we're taking this thing for a joke. And when this country go where it's going there, down to the dogs, and we say just standing aside and look and figure out the problem is not our problem, the problem is this other person's problem. The problem is all of us' problem. And if whether we talk and we don't put action into what we're saying, nothing is going to happen. It's going to remain the same. This narcissist doesn't take responsibility for anything. They lost things their way. What it is what I seen yesterday, and I walked around quite a bit yesterday as in the project. I got a vehicle at a garage to do some welding, and I had to wait for it. And I waited almost the whole day for it. So in my walking around, I saw a lot of things. And what I realized was going on, the unproductive sector of Dominica, a young, non-productive sector, getting a lot of the perks from this government and this tariffs. And bro, this is something that is very dangerous because it makes those people think that they can do what they want. They are invincible, just like the leader, the demonic narcissist, that thinks that he's invincible. That creature that thinks that he's invincible and nothing touch him. The only reason it's like that because he has corrupted every institution. So no corporate, nobody can do nothing. Corporate is a failure as far as I'm concerned. I thought that was a man with balls. He has no balls.
So you're saying you should get rid of the commissioner and get rid of the minister as well?
But they are all incompetent. But look at, why would you send for RSS in a situation where there is no emergency for RSS? I mean, I was going to Fokole yesterday last night. When I realized to JP Mega, when I realized it's 8 o'clock, I say, hey, look at the time. So I turned back just off where public works was there. As I reached the bottom of what is it, stop RSS right there. Stop a guy on a bike, stop two other vehicles. I come because my front window wasn't going on. I opened the window. One policeman come in front of me and he just allowed me to pass. By the time I reach behind, I'm going to Charles Avenue there behind S-Mac. Another set right there. So the vehicle, they pull the pan out of it, they searching him out. I stopped, I opened my door the same way. An RSS guy came in front of me, then a local guy came, and they guided me to pass because there's a piece of slab iron right across the drain there that you can put your tire on. They guided me, allowed me to pass, they didn't stop me. When I reach home, they're listening to Pastor Rodney and them talking about RSS long at Auto Trade and areas. My brother, if it's just that we're going to do and Mr. Got his guns we're looking for, you're not going to get no guns that way. And I don't think the RSS came there on that. Well, the RSS came there on a big fat lie, like I told you, because a leopard doesn't change its spot. That narcissistic demonic despot will not change its spot. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Different views. We have to. On the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes, 9:45. Yeah. Yes, sir. You're back.
I'm back again.
You love that subject, boy. You love that subject. Yes.
Boy, yes. With a passion. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Until the police force come to the realization that we have to not take orders from politicians. Yes, those things will continue happening. There's no stop to it. Until when the commissioner can put down his foot and say, hey, hold your end, I hold in my end. I'm a commissioner and I know what to do. And I am not taking instruction from none of you. Yeah, because brother,
according to a former commissioner, I can't remember his name. He said, well, do your jobs and let me do mine.
Yes, let me tell you something. Until when Dominica reached to the point where if a commissioner is badly parked in Roseau, that any constable can give him a ticket. We will not go nowhere.
You're right about that, because I heard recently a police officer gave a minister a ticket, around the Independence Street, I think, where the GPP office is. And because of that, because of just that, the officer was transferred. Although he said, I never knew he was the minister. But yes, he was transferred as a result. I mean, come on now. And he did admit if he knew that person was parked on a no clear was a minister, he would have not issued the ticket. That's what happens when politics get involved. On the telephone, hello, talk to me on the telephone. 9:47, hello, yes?
I don't let you call twice.
Yeah.
I just said something mad.
You guys love that part.
Dominica, for the Dominicans, that when they see RSS or police somewhere doing their work, calling people and publishing it, I think that's a damn bad thing.
Cooperate with them.
I do not believe that we should call and say, look, the police down there, look, this, look, that. I know times are so hard. And if a man do have his license insurance paid, you may feel you don't want him to get caught by the police because the system is the system that makes things so hard that he cannot pay his license insurance.
Yeah.
But when police trying to clean the place of guns and drugs or whatever, criminals, looking for them, and we have to be calling on radio, calling each other and saying, RSS down there, I do not believe that is right.
Okay.
I don't want that to happen, man. If the RSS is here to try to clean up the country for all of us, all I'm saying is, I see no crisis why they should be here, but since they're here already, let's pray that they can clean up some of the guns. Because our police has failed, and they have decided that they cannot do the job. And that's what they go creeping towards Eric, asking him to please bring RSS. No crisis. A man like that, you should fire. You should fire the whole head because the incompetence. That is it.
All right, caller, thank you. The government and police force need to approach this escalation of gun violence in a holistic manner. They must involve the police, court, family, schools, civil society, church, even the prison for the rehabilitation. It must be multi-dimensional. And the commissioner you were talking about is O.N. Phillip. Well, yes, it appears that keep clear is not for the ministers. As somebody says, I thought it was for everybody. Well, it is for everybody, but that's how it works in Dominica, boy. Is it a real country? That's a different question. Are you there, caller? Yes?
Matt, good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother. How you doing? How you doing?
So, Matt, it's not a real country then.
It apparently is
so,
not.
Matt, the policeman that say if he or she knew it was a minister, he wouldn't issue ticket. So what is his purpose of serving as a police now?
Because he did it. He was doing his job, but because he did what he did, he was transferred from another to another department.
So, Matt, that alone tells you how the police force is run.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matt, what I'm trying to tell you, I want to agree with all what Mr. Shillingford said earlier on. It really makes sense and really good thinking about it. Now, Matt, what I'm trying to tell you now, listen to me well, as Mr. Shillingford was saying. If before had 300 policemen and now have 5,000 policemen, to me it should be a better ease up in terms of the police force. Would you agree with me?
I agree.
Right. Now, Matt, when the RSS come to Dominica, remember they are foreign policemen. Now, remember when they come to Dominica, they cannot do what they want to know, Matt. Is that correct?
It's true.
When they come to Dominica, it's our same local policemen that have to advise them what to do and how to do things, you know, Matt. Is that correct?
True.
Because you cannot do what you want. Now, the very same thing they call in the RSS to do in Dominica. Why they cannot do it, Matt?
Good question.
It's not a crisis that in Dominica to say we have a hurricane or something like that. It's normal vibes. As Mr. Shillingford said, one or two guys moving around, have guns and blah, 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 blah. Matt, I believe the RSS in Dominica have a lot more meaning to it. Because to me, I'm not getting it. Because the very same RSS coming to Dominica is this very local policemen that have to tell them what to do. So maybe our own police don't want to approach certain persons. So they maybe don't want to cut in our vibes. So they're making the RSS do it. So when the RSS do it, they will say it's not them, it's the RSS. So maybe they have something wrong there. To me, that don't make sense, Matt. And Matt, the other thing I find again, I mean, if the policemen doing their job in Dominica, they have a right to do their job. Like it or not, we will see our troops and so, but they have to do their job. Now, if you're instructing the policemen to bring back the benches or whatever the thing is, that don't make any sense, no, Matt. Because, Matt, at that occasion, if I was a policeman and I'd well off with my money and my house and everything, I resign in there because I cannot see myself as a police putting law and order in a country and then politicians come in and tell you what to do. Matt, to me, that is degrading the policeman, like no value, man. I said the politician don't give the police no rank in Dominica, man. Gone are the days, Matt. Matt, imagine, the policemen, I just find, to me, I don't know how they really serving it. Because I remember in those days, Matt, when you were going to school, policemen used to come to the schools, even advising children how to cross the road, turn left, turn right again, cross, all them things there. It's like, to me, I don't find the police in Dominica linking with people, man, and do things, man. To me, everybody for themselves, man, Matt, and everybody drawing. You know, so it's like, it's a lot of wrong things in Dominica that need to change and to do it right. Not all politicians I know when they come in government appointing their choice of commissioner. That's fine. But to me, down there, I want to match nothing about Dominic, man. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Not one gun, somebody says, will the RSS get. By now, all who needed to get the heads up and all guns hidden. As soon as they have or they leave, you'll hear something gun-related happen. Even the police force now have its own division. This government spoiled everything they had. in their hands. Somebody suggesting at this time, 449-3095, 96 and 97. It's 7 minutes to the hour and to the hour of 10 o'clock. Talk to me on the telephone, yes.
I suppose this thanks, blessings, and glory to all those who sacrifice their personal safety and security, trying to elevate mankind to humanity. Mr. Pelty, blessings to your family, sir.
Blessings to you.
Matt, quickly coming back to your discussion. Matt, whoever this person was yesterday, you come in that yard already where I'm leaving, all right, Matt?
Uh-huh.
And that guy who came and parked his vehicle direct in front of the door and pretending he don't know, he's on a phone saying, yes, I know housing scheme, but he going in the back road and then going by housing scheme. The vehicle is dark as night. I don't know whoever he have inside there. He's glancing at the house, at the door, doing all his magic. Boss, there's a camera there from my workshop covering everything that happened in front of that door. So whatever you planning, bro, I see you for who you are based on your body language, your eye glance, and your little stupid remarks on the phone. If you know housing scheme and you're coming in front of my door, Matt, and pack, housing scheme is not to pass on the main road and go housing scheme. No, Matt, forget about that. Matt, what that is happening in Dominica is the same thing that is happening in Europe and in America. A fascist dictatorship. Matt Skerritt is showing the police officers in Dominica. Boss, you see audio? Audio mean nothing to me. First of all, I will embarrass all you. My wife will embarrass all you. The Minister of National Security, Matt, seems not to even know what is happening in Dominica. Would you want to agree with me a little bit, Matt, where security is concerned?
Repeat the question again, Blessings. Repeat the question.
Not based on what happened yesterday when I told you, if Blackmore would have confirmed that he did not, he knew about it after what Skerritt said, you said maybe he was waiting for Skerritt to talk first. I say, even if you're subordinated to somebody, Matt, you can't stoop that low.
Okay.
And I was saying, Matt, don't you think the Blackmore may not know most of the things that are happening in Dominica where security is concerned, Matt?
But he said the Prime Minister said he was advised by Blackmore, the commissioner, so he should have known.
But Matt, yesterday you said you spoke to Blackmore.
Yes, but after in the news conference, the Prime Minister did say, and you can listen to the clip, Blessings, he said that he was advised by the commissioner and the security minister. So Blackmore knew. Blackmore knew before.
Can I ask you a question, Matt?
Ask me the question.
Matt, didn't you said yesterday?
I said that yesterday morning before the news conference, but after at the news conference, I said I was digging further and I asked the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister did say at the news conference, that was about 2 hours later, that Blackmore, he was advised by the commissioner and Blackmore, so Blackmore did not tell the truth at the time. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, no, he did not tell the truth, Matt, or he was ignorant of the fact. And Skerritt just implicating him to cover his dictatorial behind. Which one is it? I don't think Blackmore would be that blatant in telling that silly lie, Matt.
Well, maybe he knew, and as explained as explained earlier, I think the element of surprise, that's what took away from Mr. Blackmore's comments at the start. I suspect he wanted the element of surprise, but when the Prime Minister said that at the news conference, that element of surprise because just slipped away. You understand? Yes?
Let us move away from that part of the discussion. Matt, I am saying, Matt, in comparison to crimes and murders and gun crimes, Matt, what would have necessitated this administration, Matt, to bring in the RSS, Matt? And that is what the third or the fourth time they're doing it in Dominica, Matt.
About 3-4 times, but I think, as somebody said this morning, maybe we are abusing the RSS because it seems like we're the only country using the RSS at this point.
Why, Matt? That person preempted my point of view. Because, Matt, it seems like, the little boy that said I was shouting, wolf, wolf, wolf. And when people come with all their king and looking to defend him against the wolf, when the wolf really come, there was nobody to save him. Can you remember? But I am saying it is some kind of intimidating and terrorizing of a people. Or could it be Skerrit is so paranoid or show very little respect and regard for a lot of police officers, not all of them, who have their heart and their soul in defending this country, Matt, and they want to defend the Constitution, where Skerrit says, no law, not even the Constitution. So that's why I was being not just sarcastic, Matt, I was serious and insulting at the same time when it is alleged that a police officer took a firearm and cocaine and all of that. I'm saying if the people high up can be criminals, if I was a police officer, I would be a big criminal too. So, Matt, I am just saying, what is happening in Dominica? All those people that have the influence, the churches, with their tail between their legs and their Bibles under their arms, Matt, stay quiet, you know. Trump coming and pretending is foreign, like illegal foreign immigrants he's coming for. No, he's coming for Americans with their green cards, Matt. No, he's going for all kind of high people. All about to sit down there. When they come for audio, Matt, can you please play that thing for me? When they come for that person, I was not a thief. When they come for the unionist, I was not a unionist. And when they come for me, there was no one left to talk on my behalf. Skerrit is taking audio into deep waters because he cannot imagine being refused. Labor rights themselves, Matt, they're talking openly, loudly, Matt. They don't care anymore. And Skerrit, no, he's in trouble. No wonder he go into the Vatican seeking protection. Matt, the horse has already bolted the stable. It seems like it's only jackasses that are left. Thank you.
All right. Hello. Talk to me on the telephone. You know, some people don't even understand what I'm trying to say, okay? We heard from the deputy commissioner earlier, former deputy commissioner, Mr. We have to understand security. So hence the element of surprise. If you wanted the element of surprise, as Mr. George said, you don't have to always announce when we have the guys like the RSS coming in. Mr. Boland, I hope you understand, okay? That's what we talk about, the element of surprise, all right? You heard it from the deputy commissioner. And I suspect that's what they cross-threaded their information. Mr. Blackmore wanted the element of surprise. When the Prime Minister announced that just slipped away. So please understand, make sense out of nonsense, okay? You don't always have to criticize for criticizing's sake. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh. Yes, uh-huh. You're back. But your telephone seems to be making some noise, so call back on another line, okay? Call back. We are cross-threaded there. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh.
Matt.
Yes, uh-huh.
You remember that famous quote, it's above your pay grade, but you take this?
True. Yes.
Matt, okay, listen to the logic, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
If we need the element of surprise, that means to say that Dominica is huge, and it's a huge Herculean task. But Dominica is not. 60,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows everybody. So if everybody knows everybody whispering on everybody knows everything about everybody,
mm-hmm.
How come the police have problems dealing with that simple little issue in such small communities? Matt, I'm not the first one saying it. I heard a previous caller yesterday say it, or words to the effect.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a small community. Everybody's talking. Everybody knows who has what. In Dominica, before you even make a break by a girl, they know you're chasing her. They say you're married already. So you understand my analogy, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it such a big deal? So if it is not such a big deal in truth and in fact, I believe that Mr. Skerritt is trying to get us used to the presence of the RSS for his own political gain. That's what I believe. No matter, here's a problem I try to elaborate on. And I've said this before.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see a police chief one time. He called me. And when I got to his office, he never spoke about the matters that we were supposed to be talking about. He completely spoke about Clembo. We send a letter up there to the ministry after we select all these policemen. And when it come back from the ministry, it's all different. That is when the politicians took over the police force. That right at that point. He said, boy, Clem, look, they have a woman outside there on my desk. They put a woman on a desk outside my office to spy on me. Matt, this is from a police chief, Matt. I won't call his name. But it happened underneath this administration. It happened. And they would choose, and they have been since selecting policemen that are their supporters. All these new recruits, they're supporters. If you're not a supporter, that's it. They take your name off the list. So what is that plan? And there is no independence. As far as I understood the chief of police, he is supposed to be independent. If he has to arrest the prime minister, he has the right to arrest the prime minister. But what is happening is that the politicians have made it so that they're threatened. They put the chief of police in such a situation where if he bends a little bit, they can just get rid of him. They don't trust him. They get rid of him. He has no independence. He cannot exercise his independence. And that is what the problem is. When was the last time a politician got arrested for some kind of corruption? Has it ever happened? That is what I'm talking about. The chief of police has no independence. And it is because of the engineering of the politicians.
All right. Thank you very much. 449-309-596 and 97. Somebody says, based on Mr. Blackmore's response, I don't see where Mr. Blackmore did not tell the truth. It was a vague response. He neither said yes or no. So how can a person say that he lied? Blackmore said that he always informed the public, which does not indicate that the timing of the information. That response was perplexing, but no way that he lie. I totally agree with Mr. George. The RSS being on the ground in Dominica is a clear indication there is no confidence. No confidence. Or capabilities in the force to deal with all societal problems. It will stop coming up in a few minutes. Stick around, Dominica. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
I don't know much to say on that, but
yes?
RSS, it couldn't be a secret in Dominica because that was all out, not even in St. Lucia. I mean, them men have to leave their home. They have to leave the country they're coming from. So their family going to know. So eventually they're going to leak out that. So people know long time ago that RSS was coming to Dominica. They know, so I couldn't take us as no element of surprise would be there because we knew that a long time. But on another note, if the policemen in Dominica, for them to show their real ineffectiveness, man, it's on the 3rd of November, all of us put all the damn guns down and sit down on the floating grass and tell Skerritt go to hell. Bye-bye.
All right, 449-3095. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, Dominica. We're going to come back after this, okay?
They're smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
How smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
Now just received Able Farm evaporated milk, delicious and nutritious, rich and creamy, perfect for all uses, for drinking, for tea, coffee, cocoa, punches, juices, cooking, baking, ice pops, and ice cream, and everything else. Prices start as low as $1.55 per can. Able Farm evaporated milk.
Available in 2 varieties, each in 2 sizes of cans. Able Farm evaporated milk. Available wholesale and retail at Esar Trading Limited. That milk nice, boy. Esar Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky, milky milk. Milky milk.
Dominica National Lottery introducing to you the brand new game, Match 5 and Boom. Are you ready to play for the jackpot? Jackpot starts at $10,000. You can get your tickets at any lottery agent near you and get ready to boom, boom, and win.
It's in the feeling and our weeks are. It's in the meaning and our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Get rid of all these body pains. Together going strong. No matter what we keep them going. Before we will go home. It's up in the sky. Celebrate, come let your rhythm flow.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Big news, Dominica! Do It Center is now even closer to you with the opening of Do It Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at Do It Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
Yes, but if they could, they would say something like this. I like Linus Vepla too. They wanted to tell my daughter, my family brought me to Linus after I died. And the way Linus took care of my body with respect and dignity, ma jamais avec à te spécial à l'émotif vivant. Linus Funeral Home, 30 years of experience, professional, reliable and compassionate service. We've had 24-hour emergency service. So long, monumo, pas quitter rien bas tout dire. Qui est 449-1800, 275-7564, 449-2100, for the emergency number 277-1800. If you did between Linus, that time is for you to breathe and grieve. Linus is not willing that any should die, but Bobot, Zandra, you must go. So when you go the best chaperone. Linus Funeral Home. Mama Tutu family, si c'est pas Linus, il a fini à l'été.
Our numbers are 449-1800, 449-2100, 275-7564, and 276-0400. Call later.
Cause I'm on my way. KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good. Cause I'm on my way.
What you're looking for is at the best price. What you're looking for is at the price.
Best price, best price. Everything is nice and oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy, make shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best price open daily all week with home store decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medication, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at best price.
What you're looking for is at the price.
Make back to school shopping easy with Quartz Ready Cash. Get a chance to win a laptop plus free school supplies with every Ready Cash loan. No security required, quick approval, and hassle-free within 24 hours. Apply today and get everything you need to get them ready for the new term. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Conditions apply. Offer ends September 30, 2025.
During the hurricane season, if you are evacuating, leave early so that you are not stranded by flooded roads, fallen trees, wires, and traffic jams, and make sure you have enough fuel in your vehicle and follow routes and highways. A message from Q95 FM Radio. The views expressed during this program are not necessarily those of Wise Q95 FM Radio. Wise Q95 FM Radio has not been able to independently verify the factual correctness or the allegations and statements made during the course of this program and cannot vouch for their accuracy. Therefore, Wise Q95 FM Radio will not accept any responsibility or liability for the statements or allegations made in the course of this program.
All right, Dominica, we're here. It's 10:15 in the morning. We're going to take a break, a few minutes break. To Dr. Kevin Laurent, talking to Dr. Kevin Laurent as it relates to a very important leadership workshop, manhood leadership workshop taking place very soon in Dominica. So at this time, let me say good morning to Dr. Laurent. Always excited to talk to you, Dr. Laurent. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. It's such a pleasure to talk to you again. I saw you have a hot show this morning.
Very.
And I hate to take time in the middle of that to talk about another important thing that's coming up. So thank you for giving me that space to talk to your audience about it again.
Okay, well, you're almost welcome. Yes, it's very important. So we can take a break and talk about this. It's important that men have to take care of themselves, right? Very important.
That's correct, Matt. Too often men are givers. We deposit into our families or the people, but we don't invest in ourselves. And I think this is a great opportunity for men to come together. It's not good for men to be alone, and that does not only mean in marriage or whatever. Men need to come together as men to strengthen each other, to sharpen each other, and then to better our environment, our societies, our families, etc. So this workshop, Manhood Volume 2, is intended to do just that. We're going to cover some very great training areas. It's a training ground for men to be better as men, better to their wives, better to their own selves, their children, their communities, to regain our strength as men. And that is lacking these days. So, but many men are well-intended. We have good intentions. We want to make things happen for the greater good. However, you find that many of us lack the ability. So one of the things that we are going to be training on is really crucial conversations. How do we talk about things that are critical to our existence, to the changing events around us, and yet be civil about it? How do we do that? Many people have the good intentions to talk about it, but they do not know how. And so many people in their homes are not living the fullest life at home, simply because they do not know how to address some critical things. And critical things will always come up in our existence, Matt. Another thing, as you know, what's happening in Dominica is critical. The management of conflicts. We find that among our young people, our young men. Why do we experience such high levels of violence? Well, when we lose the ability to converse, we result in violence. People don't talk; they get silent, and then they explode. So these are measures we are going to take to help
just curb some of the anxiety that exists in society, but it starts with men. And so we're bringing men to a very safe place where they can relax, have a good time, and still grow and develop into techniques and ways of relating to each other.
Tell us about some of the logistics, the date, the time, the venue.
Yes, it's gonna be on October 9th. That's Thursday. That's next Thursday coming. It's Thursday the 9th at 8:30 to 4:30, and it's going to be at the DADD auditorium.
The
That's on
DADP.
Lane
Yes.
in
Okay.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
yes,
we
sir.
the environment will be very, very entertaining and fulfilling. There will be refreshments. There will be food all day. We'll have some very great activities. Not just a lecture. No, we don't do lectures. We do workshops. You come here, you get very active in demonstrating the examples of what we are talking about. People are very interactive. And we are encouraging people to bring some young men. We are very big on instilling the techniques among the young men. So those men who are between the ages of 18 and 28, even 17, we would like you to bring them. They are coming in free. The other men, we are asking to bring a $20 contribution just to help defray some of the costs. But there'll be prizes, Matt. There will be just a very, very engaging day to get. So come for the whole day. Come ready to walk out with a better person than you came, basically.
All right. Now, we've had the first edition. I was there, but you said this edition of the Manhood series goes deeper into the real issues that shape men's lives today. Expound a little bit.
Okay, so Matt, we believe in addressing the whole man. The first time was an orientation of what is to come, and we crafted the name Manhood Series on purpose. It's a series. It's for the foreseeable future. We're going to have many of those training sessions, right? But we are really addressing the whole four-dimensional part of the man, the physical part. How is your eating? How is your resting? How do you regroup? Right? Then your mental renewal. What is your tendency to read a book, to attend a class, to question your thinking, to discuss matters that are baffling you? Emotional renewal. How do you strengthen your relationships, Matt, with your constituents, your people, your home, your friends, your children, your wife, your girlfriend, and then your spiritual side. How do you assess your value system? And I'm not talking about you must be in church, which is also a commendable thing, but do you address your spiritual side as well? So these things are very critical to our development. And if we've not tried those things, why don't we just try it? Try it to see if that will make a difference. We have to attack our mundane problems from different angles, and this is one of the angles. Training and development is the key here.
Well, tell me, I'm sitting at home and I'm saying, should I attend? Why attend? Question.
Well, these are for people who have a desire to make a change in their life. If you want to continue living your regular life and you're happy with your life, maybe that's not for you. But if you are restless and feeling that there is more to my being, I have a purpose that I was made to accomplish, and am I really satisfying my purpose? Am I really, or am I stuck? Why is my relationship at home not the most it can be? Why is my relationship in society not a greater one than it is right now? And so if you want to make a change in your life, you want to find ways to benchmark against best practices, this is the place for you. This is the training that you need.
All right. How can I register?
Well, there is a link, Matt. There's a team of men that are on the ground working for manhood, and they are distributing it to all their constituents or their friendship circles. I have people like you yourself, Pastor Jack,
Carlton Lando, many other key persons have that WhatsApp link, and it gives you a platform to register. In fact, I just want to say, Matt, that someone, a generous Dominican, in the person of Command Sergeant Major Ralph Alcindor,
in Atlanta.
Brandarian,
Okay,
he's agreed to pay. He's agreed to pay for 14 of the men already.
Wow.
40. He's given the contribution. So we have already basically we have 14 men covered, and we are just encouraging people to register. They could call you, Matt. They could call Pastor Jack. They could call Pastor Randy. They could call and Carlton Lando. Any of those people. They're part of the team. Keith Benjamin. So they will be circulating that. So anybody who wants to even call you, you can redirect them to the registration process. And yeah, so we are on the balls. 14 people already paid for and covered. So we asking other people that are interested to question it and find their way into that auditorium on the 9th of October.
All right, and some people say, "Well, I'm not tech savvy, so how do I go around that?"
Not I could give you just call Pastor Randy's show on Monday night.
Okay.
On Monday night, they can call any of the gentlemen there at the Q95 station from 6 to 8, and those guys will have a registration process going on as well.
So again, looking forward to the big workshop coming up there, October 9th, I think. October 9th?
October 9th. October 9th, Thursday. October 9th from 8:30 to 4:30 at the DAPD auditorium in Goodwill.
Okay, Doc, I want to say thank you, and I'm sure we'll be joining you very, very soon. Maybe by tomorrow again, and we can talk more about what is to come. We may be joined tomorrow by Carlton Lando, who is part of the team.
Yes. Thank you, Matt. We look forward to it. Looking forward to it.
All right, take care now. A big workshop coming up there for the men in Dominica. We have a few minutes again before the 11 o'clock hour. We'll talk after this.
Security of the citizens and residents of Dominica is our priority. If the country is unsafe, then everything else will fail. And we do not want to have a situation where in Dominica, we cannot drive freely or go to the beach or go to the river or afraid to walk the streets. We have to ensure that this doesn't happen in Dominica and that the respect for life is paramount and that the condemnation of violence and the presence of illegal firearms in our country does not become commonplace. And as you know, we announced a set of measures to either eliminate or curb the presence of illegal firearms in the country. And I made it clear openly, and I meet a lot of people on the streets, and I say to them that marijuana is illegal under law. But this is not a priority fight for the state. The priority fight for the country now is firearms, illegal firearms. And so we will not sit idle by and not seek to try all of the opportunities that are available to the state and the police to bring a sense of calm and normalcy to our country. While we recognize that the incidents we've had are targeted, but every life is important, and no one has the authority to take anybody's life under any circumstance. And so we have to be mindful of that. And so the regional security system was established to support each other in maintaining and enhancing the security of the region, but also the security of each member state. And so, on advice of the Chief of Police, the Minister of National Security, which is required, and the agreement has invited the RSS to join the police in our efforts towards eradicating the presence of illegal firearms in the country. And so the police can give you more information on this. But yes, the RSS is nominated, and the RSS is here to support the police in eradicating the presence of illegal firearms. Anybody who has it, we'll take it from you. We have to do something about this. And one may say that it is just a few murders, but every country started with one, and it got to 15, and it got to 25, and it got to 67, and it got to 100, and it got to 600, and so we only a population of 70,000 people. But at the end of the day, for us as a country to curtail the gun-related incidents, will require the cooperation and the involvement of everyone in the country. So this idea of what's Kerry doing or what the Parable Portsmouth saying and so forth, everybody in Portsmouth knows who has guns and who's selling drugs. So what are we doing too? So yes, the Parable will say something, and the Parable has to say something because the Parable is part of the solution. But we have to start looking at ourselves and say, what can I do? So we have to stop looking at what somebody else should be doing and what can I do to solve the problem. And I think that's when we start looking at ourselves, what can I do? Then we'll start owning the challenge, and we'll start finding that we have a contribution to make towards this. And so.
On the telephone, 449-309-59697. Let's go back to the telephone. It's 10:31. Yes, hello?
So, Matt, Mr. Skerritt tells us when it's our business and when it's not our damn business. As citizens, it's not always our business. It's only our business when he wants to give us a responsibility. But when we want to inquire for him to be accountable, it's not our business. He mustn't account to us, but he must dish out responsibility to us to find drug dealers. I find that a little bit funny, Matt, personally. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. To see you or one of the issues in the country, God, claiming many are the mouthpiece of the opposition. No matter what this government does, they will always find an issue with it. You just cannot please this guy. Somebody's saying there, 449-3095. Let's see if we can take a voice note. More, yes? Uh-huh.
I mean, you don't have to go too far back to see how the police and the police hierarchy in Dominica have been diminished. Up to recently, like a month ago, maybe a month and a half for the most, you had the police go into those blocks and take out those red benches and whatever they seemed that was the deemed that wasn't good for the environment and whatnot. And the day after, the Prime Minister's wife went and bring back the benches to them and newer benches again. So it's like you're undermining the security of the country. And up to now, nobody haven't spoken about that from the government side and say, well, this was wrong and it should not have been done. So that shows you how diminished their roles as police and law enforcement is in the country. It's crazy when you could undermine the police force like this.
All right, just a note there. I understand what Skerritt is saying. Collective responsibility to keep Dominica safe. But all over and over again, his wife makes reckless statements with absolutely no consequences. Melissa Skerritt said, with her Zone Rouge guy, she doesn't need the security of the police. What does that say to you? When the Prime Minister's son can kill someone in an accident and never ever brought before the court to answer any questions, how is that keeping the country safe? More questions there. Let's see if we can get this one there. A voice note. Yes.
I support the Prime Minister's statement 100%. The onus is on each and every one of us. And I am calling on leaders, on politicians, in their ego, in their emotions. Please watch the words that you utter. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. And I will give an example. When a parliamentarian, a leader says, I have my Navy SEALs and snipers. People will say we're lamenting on that and it is petty. It's not petty, guys. Dominica is not petty. The tongue has a lot of power. Please, leaders, please be mindful of the words that you will utter. Your utterances when you want to get back at the enemy or the opposition or people you think who are against you. Watch the words that you utter. They have a bearing on the people who listen to you, who follow you, who support you. You will not directly tell them, go and do this and go and do that. But based on what you say, the words you utter, they may feel that they have a right to do and say certain things and take certain actions. Please, leaders, I'm asking you all, please.
All right, Dominica, 449-3095. There's some other voice notes coming in. Man, somebody says RSS needs to go to Zone Rouge and back in the La Cour, whatever that means. 449-3095-96 and 97. These are some of the messages that we are getting at this time. This is the Hot Set, Dominica's most talked about talk show. Let's go. Somebody says, I think, repeating from the Prime Minister, so illegal marijuana can pass for now. It's guns we want to get rid of, huh? On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Yeah, finally, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Not a miscalculation is an error. A miscalculation is a calculated error or sabotage. Not I figure things out and then when it comes to pass, I say, but Matt, you don't think I'm a God is after Matt, you must come for me to God it for you, know. So I can God it for myself then.
So you cannot God is after the same announcement you make earlier?
Not everybody in Dominica that is of interest, whether you're for or against this administration. If they have you under surveillance or suspicion, your phone is tapped. Now, these are just speculations. Could it be that they hear you, Mr. Blackmore, saying things in regard or in regards of your dissatisfaction? Or the police? Maybe there's a faction within the police force that is very disgruntled, Matt. Could it be I want to show all you how I can embarrass all you and no law, no constitution, and no minister cannot come and think they're bigger than me. But that is an embarrassment for the Minister of National, I will refer to him as Security today, to tell you yesterday morning he was unaware. He said no. He did not tell you he was unaware, Matt. Can you recall he tell you no, Matt? Can you remember when you asked him, he tell you no, they are not in Dominica, Matt? Can you recall?
Yes, and let me go back to that. I think I can get that for you almost right away. When I asked him about the question, I can tell you the question I posed to Mr. Blackmore at the time. Let me. I want to go back to it. No. Let me. Yes, I asked him. I sent him a clip. I sent him the message. I want to be very clear. I said, somebody said to me, "I hope you had a brilliant weekend, and I know you are presently quite busy, but I'm concerned about the RSS being in Dominica and being deployed." So I sent this message to Mr. Blackmore. So I said, Mr. Sir, is the RSS coming to Dominica? If yes, what is the purpose? He's just he responded and he said, "Well, are you serious?" So I said, "Well, this is what is circulating, sir. So that's why I asked. I have not said it at the time." And he responded and said, "Are you aware that the ministry always gives public information?" So yes, this is what he responded. Did he say no? I don't know if he did said no categorically. No, he just said, Are you aware that the ministry always keeps the public informed about matters like that?" So
But Matt, he was saying no indirectly. Are you serious? And are you aware that we always keep the public updated? Matt, just check those two statements there.
But it can be interpreted differently. He could say that I was trying to be diplomatic or being economical with the truth. He could say that too.
Not economic with the truth as the minister that is responsible for the security of the state, playing games and not wanting to be direct, Matt. That is illogical. That is nonsensical. So I am saying my deepest suspicion, my brother, is something is wrong. I tell you about a miscalculation just now there. A calculated mistake or a sabotage. Something is definitely wrong. Because you are telling me, my brother, the Minister of National Security playing games, or was he unaware until Skerrit make him aware by implicating him in the at the press conference, Matt? So what I am saying, my brother, could it be, Matt? Because we know who we are dealing with. I tell you about, you could check the word fascism or fascistic, and that's what we have governed in Dominica. It is pure fascism. So you use the military, you use absolute power, you intimidate opposition, you jail them, you do whatever you have to do because you still do not want to leave office. So I am saying, my deepest suspicion, Blackmore was caught with his pants down. He was unaware what was taking place, and I think in his doubt, he did not want to come with any denial. So he skirt around the issue. He may have heard something like that from the public, just like you. So he played his card so right. You cannot say he said no or yes. But check the two statements he made, Matt, and to show you what is happening. And in conclusion, my brother Scary to talking about guns and people go to the beach and if you see something, say something because people personal know all who selling drugs, they know who have guns. My brother, ask your wife, Scary, where she get all the guns to arm all your Navy SEALs and snipers, and what you want people to do, to go and snitch on each other for them to be found dead like the guy that discovered a dead body in Vegas and next he end up dead. Have a blessed one, bro.
Well, somebody's still trying to misinterpret. Definitely, I kind of agree that he did not say no. He was very technical in his response. And he did not say no. He said, well, the public will inform. The public is always informed about situations like this, huh? So, on the telephone, All right, we're going to do this one. We'll come back to talk to the leader of the United Workers' Party on a matter before the court at this time as it relates to CBI, and then we'll wrap it up for the morning. Very, very, very interesting, huh?
Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue.
Let's make the change. The man in the mirror. The next few minutes, we'll be talking to the leader of the United Workers' Party on the matter before the court. He's currently in the court, taking a few minutes on the outside to, of course, report to us what is going on there.
In the street, I love to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them eat? Disregard, broken by time. Never want to. They follow each other, all knowing you know. They got nowhere to go. I want you to know. Starting with the man in the mirror.
Thank you, Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. All of us have to play our part in trying to curb this gun crime, gun violence in Dominica. The man in the mirror. One on the telephone with me at this point in time. It's 15 minutes to the hour of 11 o'clock. Very busy morning. Is the leader of the United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine. He's in court again this morning. You know, the CBA, the whole process bringing the government to court and to answer some questions. That's in a nutshell. It's what's going on there. Dr. Fontaine is on the line at this point. Dr. Fontaine, good morning to you. Tell us what's going on in the court this morning.
Matt, very good morning to you and to your listeners. In fact, I just left the court. I'm here with Bernie Ryan because this case is Bernie Ryan versus the government of Dominica. And just to remind our listeners, that has to do with the matter of the CBI Citizenship by Investment Program. The United Workers' Party effectively threw the government to court, asking that they do basically two things, that the court orders that all of the monies that have been collected from the sale of the passports go through the consolidated fund as is mandated by the Constitution. And secondly, to disclose the contract between the government of Dominica and MMC Corporation. So these were the two major acts of this particular lawsuit that was brought against the government. And this morning, we were in court to listen to a motion for disclosure because our lawyer requested that the government, as part of that process, that the government provide some of the evidence that is sought in this case, including the contracts that were given to MMC.
Mm-hmm.
The government of Dominica, through their lawyer, basically tried to argue that the court should not entertain this. But instead, the court should take up the issue of the issue to strike out, because initially they had made an application to strike out, and you may recall the last time we were in court, the judge ruled because one of the reasons for they requesting the strikeout, meaning that they need to squash the case, was that the judge had no jurisdiction to hear the matter. That was one. They had other grounds. They had 3 other grounds dealing with discretion.
So the judge, in her last ruling, she specifically dealt with the issue of jurisdiction, where she said that she had the jurisdiction and given the importance of this matter to the public, that's a public interest matter that Bernie Ryan himself has because of his position within the society as the chairman of the Constituency Association in St. Joseph. He has the right to request from the government this information. And so that was the ruling. The prosecution, or not the prosecution, but the defendants in this case, the government of Dominica, they were saying, well, there were other issues raised for strikeout, and that should be heard. Our lawyer, to his credit, indicated that this was simply a matter of trying to delay the process, and he felt that given the public interest in that case, given the fact that even as we speak, millions of dollars continue to be siphoned off to overseas bank accounts in Dubai, that it was very important, given that this money belongs to the state, that the people of Dominica know exactly where this money is going to and what is happening. And so he says that he was willing to withdraw if the government of Dominica agreed to bring the evidence, or to bring that matter, all of this that was requested in the substantive claim, when the substantive claim is heard. So do it, in other words, do it simultaneously. So that was what happened. The government of Dominica agreed, the lawyers agreed, and as such, the judge ruled that they have until December to bring in all of that new evidence and everything that has been requested through the court, and that the case, the next hearing will be on the 26th of January, 2026.
26th of January, 2026, you said?
Yes, Matt. So this is very important, because what you'll see is that we'll actually get some movement, a substantive movement in terms of the arguments and so on that is being put forward. Because we need to remind the Dominican public that this is the issue concerning literally hundreds of millions of Dominica's money that we believe is unaccounted for, that has not been properly accounted for by this government. And it is very important that the people of Dominica know exactly where this money is going to, why it is going to this account, and why it is not being brought through the consolidated fund as is required by the Constitution of Dominica.
You're optimistic, Dr. Fontaine. The progress
I'm
of the court.
I'm optimistic because, as we said, we believe it's a straightforward case. Okay, the Constitution is very clear that every single dime raised by the government of Dominica, all these revenues must come to the consolidated fund. That is in the Constitution, is in our different laws of finance in the country. And so we believe it's a straightforward case. There is nothing really to discuss. The fact of the matter is it is not been done. So the judge is supposed to, and one of the important points that our lawyer made this morning, I also would like to stress, is that he told the court that given that there is no opposition, formal opposition in Parliament right now, there is no leader of the opposition, for example, in Parliament, he believes that the owners, or it is more on the government, even more so now, to be clear with the Dominican public, to give that accountability, because there is no opposition to challenge them in Parliament, and that it is on them to make that information available, and hence they need to speed up the case. So we are glad that the case is not now tied up in these legal maneuverings of strikeout and so on, but that it will move forward, and the substantive matter will be heard in the next couple of months.
Give us a status as you observe, Dr. Fontaine, read the CBI. Where are we, given all the information you have at this time? Is it approaching a precipice? Are we at the edge? Are we falling? The CBI is all gone? No money's coming in? What can you tell us?
Matt, it's unfortunate because the government of Dominica has all of this information, and they've simply not been telling the Dominican public. We suspect, based on what we are hearing from the other countries, for example, what we have been hearing from St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Lucia, where they are a lot more transparent, they're all reporting that the revenues are slowing down. They have all reported a slowing down of revenues, so we expect that Dominica is done similarly. Although I must say, in the government budget, they did not indicate that. They still went as if the program is as is, but we suspect We suspect that's not the case, that given all of the questions around the CBI, given the involvement of the U.S. government right now, given the threat that the government of even the United States has indicated a willingness to impose travel bans and so on our countries linked to this program, it is creating a problem for persons who actually want to continue to buy or to purchase Dominica passports. So we suspect that that is dwindling, and as to how close we are to the edge, we cannot say. But the government of Dominica really should be telling the Dominican public all of these answers. They are the ones that should be answering to the Dominican public because they're the ones with all of the information.
Any quick comment, because that's what we've been talking about all morning. Any quick comment on the arrival, it appears, of the RSS to Dominica? No comment on that? Yes?
My hope is that I've not had the chance to really look at under what pretext, what other format the Prime Minister said. But my understanding of the involvement of the RSS is that there must be a declared state of emergency in the country. There must be something to trigger it. We've not heard of any declared state of emergency. We have not heard, we have not seen in any other jurisdiction where the RSS has been used to supplement the domestic police force. So there are lots of questions around it, but we'll be making a more formal statement about this issue in the next couple of days because it's important to study, it's important to get all of the facts right. But just on the face of it, my question would be, is there a state of emergency in Dominica? And why it is that the local police do not have the capability to deal with these internal issues like we have now in Dominica.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave you with this one, Dominica. We'll be back at the 1 o'clock hour. We'll be talking to a team of former schoolboys of the SMA, the Mary's Academy. And at the 2 o'clock hour, we'll talk of certificate of titles. A lot of big announcements have been made in recent times. So tune in at the 1 o'clock hour and more.
I've never been a priest, nor have been a pastor. But from where I stand, I see spiritual warfare. The things that we see, people going under. It is very clear that there are demons out there. We need to stop this evil spirit from invading our churches and public office. Evil and good can be in one unit. We need to break up the matrix. Here on the podium, pretend like you don't know it. Things happening in our face, people behave like they don't take it. Christians are 100 votes, but workers can't block out. My uncle wants to snap again, but this time I am uncle pray. So, open our eyes and stop. The things they will do if we play their part. We have lost a lot of this and West Nigeria and Jamaica. That's where we
Easy Rock 95.1. More rock, less talk while you work. The latest soft rock, hit after hit. Tune into Easy Rock 95.1, the best mid-morning show in there. Right here on Q95, the big station.
Big news.
Let me now
Just received Able Farm evaporated milk, delicious and nutritious, rich and creamy. Perfect for all uses. For drinking, for tea, coffee, cocoa, punches, juices, cooking, baking, ice pops, and ice cream, and everything else. Prices start as low as $1.55 per can. Able Farm evaporated milk. Available in 2 varieties, each in 2 sizes of cans. Able Farm evaporated milk. Available wholesale and retail at Esau Trading Limited. That means nice, boy. Esau Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky, milky milk. Milky milk, milky milk. Long live our magnificent nature. I love T.I. and the perfect mix and natural treasure. A day belly that I don't like the best. Look when he says, Papa, Papa, I'm you there. The sun shines so bad that I don't put up my leg. But you what they've got down, I present us to do before. But no best again for the celebrate, don't be trying to live